This is very good. So we are going to start now. Thank you very much for coming in. Now it's already at 10 p.m. I hope you all have already finished your dinner. So we are very happy to share with you this upcoming EC right now because we have this EC that will be launching in end of December. So that is why we would like to actually come out with this video because we want to help you all to have a better understanding of how it shall be for the next purchase, because we are aware that right now the EC is very popular. So that's why today we wanted to came out with this TikTok live, because anyway it's not only we are Lu sisters, we also want to take this opportunity to share with you all the Pasir Ris residents. Good news, we have this upcoming EC right now. So this EC is actually located at Jalan Loyang, and Loyang Besar, and it's actually quite popular because it is the first EC in the past 13 years. So for those who are actually in this video, feel free to actually text us, or if you are actually staying at the east, because we'd love to hear from you how good this is, right? Because you are actually staying at the west now, so it is very rare for us to explore more about east, but I see a lot of east, especially like since the Tampines is very popular, and it was so hot that almost 100% was sold during the first day. So it actually shows that there is a popular demand. So not worry, they are not just the Pasir Ris, but also the upcoming one called Tampines, and this shall be the last two EC at the east. So thank you so much everyone for coming in, because we are going to start so legit right now, because we are going to share with you more about this EC at Pasir Ris. Of course, many people have this mindset like, where is it, and how can I buy EC? So that is very important to know how can we buy EC, whether you are HDB upgraders or whether you are first timer. So I think this is a must video that you shall see, because we are going to start soon. So for this 20 to 30 minutes, we are going to share with you what are the famous common questions that are asked by EC buyers. So let me share with you the screen right now. Are you excited? Yeah, excited but speak like because it's actually very popular. Don't cry if you didn't buy the unit. Don't cry that if you didn't know this unit is very popular. If you don't know, you really like for more the last budget already. Anyway, I can show you. So anyway, we are Lu sisters here. So we don't plan to fail, we always fail to plan. So but we don't plan to fail. That is why we are coming to this live video, because we really want you all to start planning now, especially the last 2 months, because this upcoming EC will be launching in the mid-December, which is about 2 more months. For those who are still enjoying holidays, working, please go and take a quick one about this video, because I'm very sure that you won't miss out any information. I'm very sure that you will have more knowledgeable about the purchase of EC. So let's explore. Yes, so now before we start, right, I just want to ask if someone especially who staying in the east, right? So are you actually aware that if EC in the east are actually high or low in demand? This is so much important to you, because it also affects the price that you are entering in. So I believe we have all heard about East. Wow, so many people, right? Wow, a lot of people living East, right? Yeah. If in fact people say East side, best side. Okay, I agree lah, because when people ask me what is the best food in the West, let alone Singapore, I really can't think of any much in the West except the Western food and bak chor mee probably. But people love East is because not just the food there, but also the nature. Yes, and also the people over there lah. People also say that the East people over there are considered as smart people compared to West people. So actually, to me, it's no difference lah. Some people live in the West side, then they will prefer West. Then some people live in East, they will prefer East. So some people in the east, right, were they considered to live at the west? There's also a question, but also depends on your preference lah. Yeah. Yes, agree where you're coming from. So actually, in fact, in the east side, right, we have a lot of demand ever since Oria companies. So let's find out whether is it a high demand. By the way, beforehand, do you know what's the password? Yeah, my sister laptop password so long, I can't even remember. Anyway, so let's explore what is it about. So basically, we are going to share with you this high demand for Eastern EC ever since the popular project called BNet. One of my colleagues is staying there ready to collect key. Wow, this is amazing because this is the one of the very hottest EC at the East ever other than Oriole Tampines. And that is actually just located beside it. Then do you know how popular is it or not? For those Eastern residents, good news for you. If you actually stay in HDB there or near the MRT, I think your HDB is super hot, you know.
Yeah.
Because the demand is really popular. I believe Crystal, you actually came to help me during the booking day.
Yes.
The project itself is like extremely huge, like 人山人海. You see the people there, like you literally can't see your friend here because there are so many people there.
Yeah.
And how was the feeling when during the booking day?
Wow, I feel so excited. I mean, like, wow, so many buyers actually coming to put the EC over there, and also a lot of HDB, you know. So it's a very good chance for those people who wants to upgrade to an EC. Yeah. And
So for your information, our currently latest Oriole Tampines at Xindian is actually sold at around 1,766 PSF. It was actually quite popular. In fact, 1,007 is actually quite high, I would say. But currently the new launches prices are also very high. So even if you look at the latest one, like for example, Faber at the West was actually currently selling around 2,000 starting from. I think it is actually quite a fair market price because looking at the EC right now is almost close to 1,000
yes.
So but the question is, will there be people looking for EC or will there be people looking for new launch? What is the key difference? This is why I actually came out with this TikTok video for those who wants to know more about your purchase, whether you want to buy BTO or resale. Today this video shall be focusing on EC. Let's find out more why are there people are so popular and would you like to jump into the bandwagon about this project. So for your information, for those who are staying in the East, good news, we will have only last 2 EC for the next 2 years.
Wow, last 2 years, how many chances you can get? Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 一年365天, 365 days, you only have 1,000 units to take the opportunity. Whether you got the luck or not is also by luck. Whether you got the money also need to buy luck. So this one I was always tell my client you need to go and buy because buy is the only chance you can go for it. So
Yes.
Crystal, what are the 2 projects right now in the East for those who wants to know more about the East?
So it's one is the Costa Cabana, and then so another one is the Benny Street. The Benny's haven't confirmed yet, but one thing we can confirm is the Costa Cabana will be upcoming in the December.
Wow, this was very fast because right now I was saying this coming year, right, which left only 3 months to share with you, we don't have any much new launch coming up except the Zen, which is preview starting at the end of this October. But moving forward, everyone might be enjoying holidays, traveling. But one I want to share with you, the last EC is actually located at the so-called the Pasir Ris. And this Pasir Ris is the one and only EC for the past 12 years. Well, the project itself has already announced that they will have about 748 units around there, and that will be located near the Jalan Pasir Ris Drive 6, Drive 3, that is actually along the Jalan Loyang Besar. So if you look at it, right, this is the first one, I would say the first is in this other than Oriole. So I think there are people, right, especially those who didn't go for Oriole, they may be targeting at this because this is probably the last second chance. Well, if not, the second right one will be the Tampines Street 95, which is located along very near to Tampines West MRT. But the question is, will there be people looking for it or not? Because looking at the new launches are getting closer to 2,000, will there be high record price for such project? Because the land cost is also getting higher. So let's look at it. Maybe I will share more about the project because this is we don't really want to talk more about budget, but we really want to give you more information, the first-hand information about purchasing EC, because I do have a lot of clients, they actually approach me to say they want to buy EC, but end up what? They end up they could not buy because they did not plan early. So what does that actually mean to you? It's very important to plan early. Whether you want to buy or not, at least you need to know how much are you eligible. Are you ready to purchase? Let's say, are you actually prepared to purchase it? Let's say you want to buy in next 2 years. That's why cash is the very important part, which I really want to share with you guys because I really want you all feel safe when you want to buy the property, especially you are upgrading for the HDB with family members, your kids are still studying. Yeah, so that is the main point that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so let's look at the first key question. What are the maybe Crystal, you'll be the one to ask me because
so these are the common questions that we have actually gathered together. So at the same time, also let you know so that you can get more knowledge, especially if you want to get an EC in future or now. So the first question is, what are the components considered for EC income assessment, and how many months are EC income assessment based on?
Wow, actually this question is very good question, Crystal. Thanks for highlighting it because this is always the first objection. I won't say objection. The first difficulty that the buyer always face when they see the show fact, they like it. When they sit down, the things that we always ask end up they couldn't buy. Then this is the very important question. So Crystal, I understand you ask me what are the components or consider for EC, right? I think there are a lot of components. But it is very easy to tell. If you are clients or buyers waiting to look at EC, I will always tell you, all this income EC very simple. Everything is included. Okay, you eat, whether you get allowance for your handphone, OT, everything included. Except two things. Remember, guys, which is the bonus and AWS. If these two are indicated in the income by words, right? They are not considered in the EC income. So for those whose income maybe more than the expected ceiling, then they will need to check back their income slip whether the income is included AWS and bonus. So what does AWS mean? It means annual wage supplement. That actually refers to those who have extra bonus given by the company. So because these are bonus, they are not considered as a fixed income. That's why they are not included in the income assessment as part of EC eligibility. So for the second question, how many months are EC income assessment? Very good question. In the past, the previous income assessment is based on last 3 months. So for those who are working as self-employed, wow, it's very easy. If you ask me as a self-employed, I'm okay to not work for 3 months just to have the eligibility for EC. But right now, the government is very smart. They decided to have this possible to actually prevent people to act smart. So they decided to actually came out with 12 months income assessment. So let's say Crystal, let's say you are working not for the past 12 months and do note that the 12 months must be based on working months. It's not based on the it's not including the non-working months. So for example, let's say today our preview for the upcoming EC is actually launching in December. So we will be looking the income slip probably from last year November all the way to this year October. It's always the last 2 months before the preview and the booking day. So a lot of our clients have this mindset that actually need to be collected, which I want to share with you guys, important for those who want to plan to buy EC in future. For example, if you plan to work for since last November all the way to October, and you don't work on particular month like May and June, then that actually means that they will include divided by 10 instead of 12. So what does this actually mean to you? It actually means that the number of months, even though you don't work, right, they also they only include those employed months.
That means they include the working days.
Yes, working months. So that means the average income won't be like as low as possible, even if you don't work for that particular month. So that is the requirement. So for guys, if you plan to actually work, even for your part-time also included.
Oh,
So at least
okay.
this will help you to reduce the income ceiling.
Mm.
So anyway, why the government want to do that? Because they want to make sure that you all have stable income.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's important to have 12 months, because they also want to ensure those who wants to buy EC, they have this 12 months stable income. Hope this clarified, and any questions if you guys have for this question one, you can always contact us at this number and feel free to PM us through the link so that maybe next live I will address your concern. Okay? Okay, next question.
So,
Yeah, so this is the particular income requirement that I always share with my clients. So it's very important for those who want to know. You may feel free to screenshot because this is very important, because a lot of people always don't miss out this particular thing. So for those that is not included in that particular month,
yeah.
Income stick are all those like AWS, you know. These are all included. Not included are mostly bonus and AWS. So this part are not included. So just for your information, hope this actually help you to better understand your income ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe well people actually add in, let me share with some of my clients.
I also want to
I
share.
think we broadcast is now.
Let me share with my client also so that they are also inside.
Yeah, okay. Just so wait, let me share the screen. I mean, feel free to share with your. 这个我 share 不到。How to share?
就 share 了。
Okay, wait. So let me share the screen right now. I'm trying to wait for a while. Give me a 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Yes, just 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Then I need to blast this video link to my clients so that they are also well informed.
很热嘞，开风，开风。
所以 OK。
Okay, I just share 了，不用紧啊，这样可以了。
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go for the second question. Wow, after 30 minutes, I'm still at second question. Maybe if let's say I finish by 11, the rest of question I will talk in the next slide. Anyway, time is also precious. You could have actually stick for the tomorrow work, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's check it out now. Now the question 2 right now is actually for right, Crystal?
Yes, so for the number 2 is right. Usually what we ask is that when we are applying for EC, right, what are the things that how many properties that we should not have? Yeah. And what are the things that we can take note of? Yeah.
Okay, this is very good question. So basically, because a lot of people have this mindset that, oh, I own commercial, I own overseas property,
Yeah.
you know, can I buy EC or not? So in short, right, for those who buy EC, EC is considered as a subsidized flat.
Under HDB.
So subsidized means what? It means that you're buying at a good price as compared, I mean, in a good price, because government subsidize the price for you. That also means that you're buying BMW at Toyota price, right? So for this case, when people say that this one, right, when the EC don't actually, they want to buy EC, they only can own only maximum one industrial property itself, industrial or commercial. So that also means that if you own anything more than that, you are not eligible to buy EC. So why is this actually very important? Because in today's market, quite a lot of people are looking to buy industrial property for investment or even commercial, because the rental income is lower. They don't need to, they can take loan up to 90%. For your information, I also do industrial. So I understand how they work. So what I want to share is, if you want to achieve more than one industrial property in future, it's important to buy subsidized flat first before you go ahead with the commercial or industrial property.
Okay. That is why it is also important to plan and actually have a one-to-one consultation so that you can move forward with confidence. Yeah, especially if you are planning to buy EC in future. So it's important to know about this.
That's good. Okay, let's see what is the next question.
So the next question is that for the initial first month of the launch of the EC, what is the percentage that cater for the first and second timers? Maybe you can share a little bit for the past few EC launches, and then what's the difference between the past few launches and the new launches coming soon in December?
Very, very good question,
Yeah.
Crystal. You actually ask a very good question because quite a lot of people actually question about this because this question is very important, especially for those who own who are second timer. Because usually second timer means that they have already taken one subsidized flat.
Yes.
So for those who actually in the past when they want to buy EC, they are only allowed to actually wait for 30%. They must be lucky enough to be within the 30% at the quota, at 30% quota. But very good news about this is that currently the upcoming EC1, what I heard is that there is no this separated percentage for both first and second timer. That means second timer might have a chance, but first timer might face the competition because this is all the lucky number together, just like what you buy your new launches. It's all about ballot numbers.
Yeah.
So you look at the pen wave right now, it's already like almost oversubscribed numbers.
Four times.
Yeah, 4 times.
1,344 out of 400 units. Wow.
Yeah, it's actually almost like the sky as well. But what does this actually mean to you? It really means that it really depends on luck. Well, it really, really depends on luck. So EC is something that is interesting because in the past, which I have experienced, most of the clients who purchase Atura, Lumina Grant, or Coupon Grant, most of people who went out of the booking day with sadness face, right? With sad face, are mostly from second timer.
Wow.
The moment they announce the second timer are fully full, everyone's super sad. It's not just sad, it's super sad because it's like I have to wait for another 1 month in order to reballot again. And that also means that the price that they want to reserve might not be the same anymore. So sometimes booking day is the privilege because the developer could actually get the buyer could actually achieve the discounted price for booking day. So that's I want to share with you that maybe good news, the upcoming EC1 may be very helpful to second timer because the percentage wise won't have this restriction. That means to say the first and second timer can achieve that for the next booking day.
Yes. That's a good news for those who are maybe keen on Pasir Ris side. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the fourth question.
So a lot of people also ask about financial issues regarding the normal payment scheme and deferred bridging loan. And then what's the difference between them? And then what are the necessary conditions if let's say applicants wants to use EC deferred bridging loan? Yeah.
Okay, very good question because this is very different from private new launches or even resale or even resale EC or even BTO resale HDB. This kind of payment is only applicable for new EC. And this kind of arrangement is very helpful for a second timer. I would say if you are a second timer, 99.9% of you will confirm use deferred payment scheme. Now, a lot of people have this myth about this deferred payment scheme that the prices is slightly higher, therefore they will go for normal payment scheme. But the good thing I want to highlight is that it is not true that it is not worth to go for deferred payment scheme because ultimately deferred payment scheme is actually help you not to sell your house first. You can still continue to stay your house for the next 3 years, then you can proceed to sell your house.
Yes.
But the question is, because of this deferred payment scheme, a lot of people have this thought that, it means that I have to pay at least 3 to 5% more. Yes, indeed. But a lot of some of the first timer may also go for deferred payment because of the interest rate. Because this interest rate help you to achieve that for the next 3 years. It is not now. You do not really need to so-called secure the interest rate now, but actually at a later date, later time. So that actually means that for those who have income ceiling quota at the point of application, if your income increases after the application is approved, you are feel free to actually restructure your loan if you opt for deferred payment scheme. So having deferred payment scheme definitely is helpful for you, because if you are staying in HDB wise, 99.9% will want you to actually go for deferred payment scheme. Normal payment scheme is very simple, just like what you buy new launches, resale price. It just they come with progressive payment. So because this EC is a new EC, it will be paid based on the progressive structure. So what are the conditions for applicants to utilize? There are quite a lot of conditions. If you really want to know more about that, you can actually drop us the text, because we can help you to clarify this one-for-one consultation, because this is something that is important to determine whether you are eligible to buy EC and whether you are comfortable to go for bridging loan. But I would say 99.9% of buyers go for bridging loan. They love it. They love it. Because this kind of arrangement cannot be found in new launch, new private, or even resale. It helps you to defer bridging loan while you are still staying in your HDB. Very good. Okay, so this is how it works for your information. Let's say you are looking for deferred payment, especially for first timer. You are very rich. You got cash, about maybe 20% to 30% minimum cash. Then you are very comfortable with it. Just like my client, actually, he is a self-employed, and he don't want to he want to save that 3 to 5%. So he want to pay this payment. So see, this kind of payment is to him is cheap, because he can pay all this by cash. So next time when he move in, he literally no need to have any loan stress. So default payment is just like new launches, where 5% deposit is required, then followed by 15% within the 9 weeks once the HDB approved, and that is all the subsequent months that you need to pay by the percentage. Of course, if you loan up to 55%, not 75% for your information, because EC wise is based on MSR 55%. It is not based on 75%. So that's why I say for first timer, if you are very rich for minimum 30%, then just go ahead. I think you will more or less comfortable with that. Alright. And for default payment scheme is very different. You look at this particular line, it's literally nothing. Nothing. Zero. Kosong. Means like nothing. You don't need to pay any single cent for that. The moment you actually meet the deposit of 5%, within 9 weeks 15%, most people have to prepare by cash, because they will need to earmark this by CPF. So that also depends on case by case basis. But what I want to share with you is that people who stay in HDB, they haven't sell a house, they don't need to be so worried to pay off this cash in amount, because this amount is literally nothing. You can use the money to save for your stocks wherever, so that you can come back and return this money after you sell your house.
Basically, defer PPS gives you more time to prepare the money.
Correct.
Then before the TOB, so it's a good way for those buyers who have this concern about the timeline.
Yes, you are right. Okay, so now let's look at the next question.
So the most common question is that because of the HDB valuation, then some buyers they have this valuation of 600K. So the question is, are they able to afford this EC? This is a good question.
This I would say very interesting question. Especially nowadays, a lot of people are doing live right now. They were trying to find out what is the valuation of HDB. So the first question is, what is the purpose of doing the valuation? Of course, we want to know whether your property actually make money, whether is it time for you to sell a house if you got the cash. So same for this particular case, where people want to know about valuation, you also want to find out whether you can afford to buy EC. So a lot of people have this mindset that if I buy EC, because the loan is very limited, am I still able to buy EC? So actually what I want to address for those who want to understand more about this EC is that you do not have to worry that much, because we have this thing called what? Bridging loan. Because this bridging loan is mainly help you to settle based on your valuation, then plus the housing loan. Then you will be able to know how much cash you need to pay for EC. So that's why it is important not just to share with your agents, your your bankers, okay, your valuation, not just valuation, as well as your housing loan. Then you will able to identify how much cash you need to pay
Yes.
after setting aside your CPS, your valuation, as well as your bridging loan. So these three things are the very important thing because you want to know how much you have in order to purchase your next property.
So this is why we always meet up with our clients to discuss about their affordability.
Yes.
Because we are not just meeting them to see the show flat, we also need to understand more about clients' needs and situation and what are the solutions we can provide for them. Even though your cash has not meet it, but at least we are planning. So
Yes.
in these few key years, right, at least you know how to save, you know how to start onwards to achieve your dream house. Yeah.
Correct. That's what you made the point.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
So just now, as you mentioned, right, so basically maybe you can go a little bit details on how the payments looks like. So maybe you can give maybe share your experience. If let's say a buyer wants to buy a EC, then what are the things they should prepare? And then the last question is should they sell before TOP and after TOP? I mean, is there any pros and cons if I do this or that? Yeah.
Well, I think this question is very, very
Yeah.
I would say maybe with the remaining 15 minutes might not be enough to share with you because you see requires knowledge. It's not everyone, not all agents also know. A lot of people don't dare to do this particular scope is because it's very complicated.
Yes.
But if you get to understand more about this purchase of it, you will find that this is a beautiful process. So how this payment works, especially when you talk about HDB, we usually will encourage you use deferred payment scheme. That allows you to prepare your 20% first, minimum cash preferably, or even CPF. That really depends whether you have enough CPF to pay for it. Of course, the subsequent wise is to ask yourself whether you want to actually sell or before or after TOP, which is your key collection. So the question is, of course, you have to ask yourself, you got enough cash to pay for the shortfall of it. Because if you do not have enough for that, you need to activate a bridging loan. So one of my clients currently is getting Atura EC at Bukit Batok soon, and I'm actually selling his property right now. For those who are looking to buy resale HDB 5-room flat, you can contact me because I have this unit available for sale, and we are looking for preferably someone who can buy with more flexibility of extension because our client is going to collect the TOP soon. So what I want to actually highlight is that for those who need the amount to pay off the bridging loan and before the TOP, they must sell the house first. But sell the house closer to TOP lah. So the timeline is the crucial part which your agent need to assist you because we really want to ensure that you have the space to stay and you won't be making more difficulty to shift out to rent houses. Then there is a lot of things to consider, but most of people actually prefer to sell it before TOP, which is preferably about 3 to 6 months. But why are there people going for after TOP? Because they are money rich. They have money to pay first lah.
Yes.
So when they have money to pay first, they are required to sell within 6 months.
Okay.
This is really the I would say the most comfortable job for the client and the buyer because the buyer can also take their time to do renovation before they sell the house and they don't need to rent the houses. But for this, it really depends on case by case basis. So the question is very interesting because I had a client who was selling the HDB right now. I mean, I'm very glad that they decided to move to EC because the whole Bukit Batok was so short that there are so many HDB there for sale. I would say 5-room flat maybe 16 to 20, not much, but that particular block itself is already 20 plus. And you look at the market right now, like the latest news by Miss Sun Xueling. If you check out my TikTok, Miss Sun Xueling also mentioned they are going to have more BTO soon. And what does this actually mean?
What does it mean is that more BTO supply means that the prices will be actually how to say, sustain, will be sustained, yeah. So not too high, also not too low. So that means the price will be maintained, yeah. So yeah, so it will kindly affect the sellers, right? If they want to sell high, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for buyer side, of course, it's good news because there are more BTO. You have more options because HDB seller will be afraid of that because the with the upcoming new BTO and they can be readily finished. The prices may be much more attractive than the old one, and the old one will require a lot of renovation. Although they have a lot of grants on there, but the prices is already at the up tier side. So the question actually boils down to the problem is as in for those who are looking to I mean who are owning HDB right now, you have to go and look out your neighbors right now and see how much of your neighbor are selling. Because if the neighbors are started to sell or even move out, it means that your market is a bit changing. The market is changing right now. If there are not so many neighbors are selling, right, that means you are very safe basically because there are people there who prefer to stay there and they are not so afraid they maybe they want to upgrade. But the market is changing in the sense that because the supply of HDB is getting more and more.
Yes.
Nowadays a lot of young people like us, if we have the money, will you want to go and buy resale or you want to go buy brand new?
Brand new.
You want brand new. Everything want new you can do your own renovation and all this and the prices is relatively lower. So when there are a lot of HDB BTO are coming out, what does it actually means to you? Who will the buyer be buying? Will the buyers be actually hooked for this? In the past, during COVID, when we literally could not actually go out for work, we can even close through videos because the HDB are very popular. The BTO construction is delayed. A lot of people looking to shift houses.
That's why push the prices up also.
Yes, because of what? Supply and demand. Supply and demand is always important to determine the prices. So why we always company our shift tagger always share about the number of MOP flats because this number of flats actually will determine the future price in private as well. Because when there are a lot of flats coming out, will there be a lot of people going out for condos?
Yes.
And because of this situation, a lot of people are actually there are a lot of people in Bukit Batok right now are starting to sell because of the fires and MOP.
Yes.
And imagine you are competing with 40,000 homes as compared with 4 EC there.
Yeah.
Which one will have more demand? Like my client, if let's say they shifted to Atura and they bought 5-room flat, I'm very happy for them because the prices is like 1 million away from private condo for 5-room flat. It was actually considered quite good price. And I'm very happy they actually got it. And they actually got it this way. Imagine they sell in one day 5-room flat. The whole area there is no 5 bedroom. I would say not 5 room, 5 bedroom. It means five room. 5-room flat in HDB is mean 3 room.
Yeah.
So those who want to go for 5 bedroom is already considered niche. So Pasir Ris is something interesting because I actually went to do some research. I also noticed there are very limited 5 bedrooms for sale. So people who want to go for 5 bedrooms, you contact us now because I can help you to do a quick one introduction and also calculation for them. And then you can plan whether you can be ready for these 2 months for the purchase of 5 bedroom. This 5 bedroom is very well worth it.
Yes.
Okay, next one.
So next one is the tax enable. So for example, Philip and Crystal with a combined gross income of 10,500. So they bought a EC unit at Pasir Ris and gotten the 10,000 CPF housing grant. But then Crystal eventually obtains the Singapore citizens when TOB. So is she eligible for the citizen top up? And when does she need to submit her application?
Very good question. Because now a lot of people are getting married, especially foreigners. It's a trend now. So like Malaysia become SPL. Yeah. Just to share with you very interesting about EC. A lot of people have this misunderstanding that if I am me and you are PR,
Yeah.
we cannot buy EC. Actually, we really cannot buy EC.
Yeah.
You minimum must be Singaporean to buy EC.
Yeah.
HDB resale can if you stay in Singapore for minimum 3 years. But for EC, first of all, you must have Singaporean minimum. whether husband or wife must be Singaporean. And because they bought EC already, so basically they just bought it lah. So they have this 10,000 grant because
Yeah.
based on their income, 10,500. So the question is, let's say you plan to have a citizenship, either one of it, right? The answer is yes, you are eligible for it because you are getting Singaporean status when TOP. But you must make sure you must have at least 6 months after you got Singaporean. So you must submit it before once you become Singaporean. So this is the important deadline that you need to know, especially for those who plan to become Singaporean.
Guess the answer and then comment in the below.
Okay, so never mind, we will just move on because we only left with 10 minutes already.
Okay.
After these two questions, we will stop. So basically, what is the answer? The answer is the parents need to pay the full amount.
Yeah.
This is the full amount that is this part here. Because the parents are considered the core family nucleus. The son did not marry, so they have to part both of them inside. So when they part both of them as a for core family nucleus, the parents need to pay resale levy. So how much does it cost? It really depends on what is the type of HDB flat they own when they bought as the first timer. Okay, next one.
So next one is the son as first timer, but the parents as occupier has enjoyed 2 times HDB housing subsidies. They already bought the 2 times BTO, so were they eligible to buy EC or is there any housing grant?
So for this one, because the parents already own second time, and they bought 2 times BTO, the answer is actually no, because the parents have already achieved 2 times subsidized flat. Unless the son is married or maybe have fiancé scheme. Under fiancé scheme, maybe they will be eligible to buy because they are not attached with the parents and parents are already considered purchased 2 times. So if they are not eligible to buy EC, they won't have any housing grant for that. Alright, so do note about this because a lot of people thought that if I'm the first timer, I want to park my parents inside, I sure can buy. No, it's not like that. It really depends on the family nucleus, who is the one is buying and how many of them, how many times they have actually bought from BTO. Last question.
So last question is that the most important one is that because a lot of couples maybe want to buy EC but their income is maybe like 10,000. So just want to ask how much housing grant they can apply for?
Yeah, so for this part, right, basically for this, because 30 years, first of all, 30 years, and Singaporean, first timer, then at least it's SPR, 21 years, and first timer. So before that, right, okay, you hold for a while apart. So if let's say they actually have this 30 years, right, 3 bedroom, first timer, 30 years, their income is only 10,588. So her housing grant is only 10,000. So how does this actually work? So this is example I want to share with you for those who are looking at this particular, hoping to have extra cash from government. So this is something that you will need to check it out because, number one, hi Fan. Mr. Fan, thank you. So this is the one that I want to share with you. So less than 10,000 to 11,000 is actually about 10,000 housing grant. So housing grant wise is important because it's the extra money for you. It's like you're buying BTO, you need the grants, then you will need to have this amount to pay off your buyer's stamp duty, no problem. So to have this knowledge is very important. You may feel free to actually screenshot. For those half housing grants are those who maybe one of them has already obtained a second timer or maybe first timer, then that is very important to look at it because they only or maybe single grant don't have housing grant for your information.
Okay.
So it's not like HDB singles only cannot buy. Singles can buy EC, but there is no grant. Do
Yeah,
know about it.
above 35 years old, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Must be but
last time we have a siblings scheme
in the HDB, yes. Now don't have
now don't have. So a lot of people, especially siblings, they can get a EC under the sibling scheme, but now don't have any. Yeah.
Correct. All right, last question.
I see a very important question.
I know you ask.
You know, most of the clients had a higher income of at least more than 16,000. Can they actually apply for an EC unit?
Okay, this is very good question. By right, it is not allowed. You can't buy anything. But this one also subject to HDB approval. So you will need to check with HDB whether you can get it. Because there are a lot of cases like that, they submit to appeal.
Yeah.
You must attach with a lot of reason. You must need to check with HDB because this is not our position to advise that. But of course, if you need to understand more how it works, you can always contact us privately. We will help you to address your concern. Which all in all, anything above 16,000 income is not eligible. But you can appeal to HDB and subject to their approval. This is the important.
So far, any successful case?
So far have but also there are cases they did not get approval. Because I have one case like that as well. We spoke over few nights and he wanted to buy Lumina Grand and they bought it at the penthouse. But yeah, HDB don't approve, so rejected. So for your information, for those who wants to purchase EC with this question whether they can be approved, do know developer will refund the deposit back to you. There is no penalty at all. So long as you actually meet the decision to actually get the approval, then it is fine. So I mean, this is important because a lot of people thought that there is penalty after booking the unit. Some people also thought that it is 100% a no-go for EC if your eligibility did not meet. It always subject to case-by-case basis. So sometimes HDB, I will say HDB is not very cruel in the sense that they will just reject you directly. It's really subject to HDB approval. So this one is subject to HDB, not our authority. Yeah, okay.
And then one last thing is that other than the income, like a lot of people thought that let's say their MOP will be end of in 3 or 4 months time. Then, so they thought that haven't MOP. I don't think I can apply for an EC. But there is one situation special situation that I made before Maybe you can share more a little bit more. Yeah.
I think this one really subject to HDB again. I do have cases like that. Their MOP haven't been met, but still they submit appeal letter. So that's why we are here in the video, because we have a lot of cases like that when they came to see the show flat, then they realize or they have this misconception that they cannot buy because of the eligibility.
Yeah.
If let's say you are opting for corporate grant, the developer literally will reject all the appeal case or at the first place. That means to say if you have the chance to appeal earlier and get approval from HDB earlier, if they can, they could have probably purchased corporate grant. But if you last minute came to the show flat, then start to know more about the situation, then the chances is very slim, because it really depends on the developer whether he want to accept the case. So at the end of the day, it really subject to case by case basis. You need to go and start early to plan and see what is the situation you are in now. Then see how I can help you guys. If you want to know more, you can always drop us a text. We will see how we can help you to fulfill your dream.
Yes.
So this again, we do not have any positions to advise you whether we will be approved or not. It really depends on HDB case.
But all in all is that just try to appeal and see how is the outcome. Never try, never know So so whatever, if you really want, just try to appeal. We can help you to appeal and then see how is the outcome. Then how can we help you in the end?
Yes, so right now we talk about the last. Actually, this one I'll just give you the last question.
Okay, so the last question is very important because a lot of people are not sure when does the housing grant will be credited to.
Very good question.
Especially after they put a unit.
Usually when you buy the house immediately, right, the housing grant, once HDB approved, they will grant you the housing grant and it will be credited into your CPF. You will see the money inside your CPF, then you feel very shocked. Wow, 30,000 into your CPF for free. It's free, but of course it depends on your income. That's why remember, if you are very rich enough, you are not eligible to buy EC. If you are half rich, not there, not here, just like a middle sandwich within 16,000, you are very safe. And if you are first timer, good news, you have this 30,000. You need actually 30,000 to me is not so much as compared to resale HDB because resale HDB grant are actually quite more a lot. But if you must look at something, your capital appreciation, because today you are buying something at 1.5, 1.6, next time when you want to upgrade or downgrade, it's easier for you to cash out with a maybe to buy a HDB at 500,000 back. So just now when I mentioned about the upcoming MOP HDB flats, right, you must understand that because of this MOP flats are coming out, what does the government want to do? They want to actually control the price. They want to actually help those people to buy the HDB affordably.
Yes.
So if they can buy a house with affordable range, right, that means to say next time when you downgrade, is it easy for you to buy a home at a very comfortable range?
Yes.
And you don't have to worry that the HDB price will increase. But now in this market, what are the buyers are afraid of?
Maybe you can share your concern. What are you afraid of? If you are afraid of market or something, maybe you can drop us a message that we can share more with you. Yeah. I also understand where are you coming from.
So it's like the private house price is the most concern. You see the Sky, Faber, Resident all fully sold. The prices are going higher and higher. People are also get to scared. They feel scared because it's not they scared about hard to sell. They scared they do not have the time to step into the private home, on time. It's like they are very scared of price out. The importance of being priced out is so scary enough that the buyers don't even want to buy at all. But if you today you have the chance to go for a home, a house that can help you to appreciate, it means that you have more options in future. Whether you want to buy HDB in future, with cash out, or you want to actually upgrade to a better home if your house is actually making money plus your forced saving. So that is actually the beauty of buying a property that can give you the value, not just a home, but more about your future retirement plan. Okay. So right now, I think I will share with you the last part, which is the last important thing, because I think we are coming to the end of this. I think we have so many questions at the back. You may feel free to PM us or actually raise out your so-called WhatsApp link, okay, about your private, your so-called your you can ask your question here if you want. Feel free to scan the QR code. Maybe if there are a lot of questions in now, we will run the live. If not, we will just, bye-bye lor. Anyway, this one is based on first come, first serve basis lah. We are here to actually address your question. It's like two for everyone consultation. It's free of charge, So no harm, just ask me if you want. We are here to help you to address your concern. We want you to plan early. We want you to feel safe and comfortable. Whether you want to upgrade or don't upgrade, at least you know what you want to know.
And we also want you to feel protected by the prices. So it's important to actually address a question so that you can move forward.
Yes, very important of being moved forward so that you have more options. Okay, scan the QR code. Okay, we will try to run the live every week, or maybe around this timing. I'm not so sure if everyone is sleeping. I will try to do it earlier or maybe later, because nowadays a lot of people either have to rush home for food or maybe are still working. I think the timing for this is just right. Of course, if you want us to start earlier, you can let us know. At most, I will do like maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes. It's very tiring. Look at my water bottle. I already drink so much already. I thought until my saliva is dry. So anyway, just scan the QR code. Okay, I will try to gather all the questions so that we will run through and address the questions to everyone next week.
And also, different person, different circumstances. So it's important to have maybe one-to-one personalized solution for you. If you maybe have a special case we want us to address. So it's important if you can maybe drop us your questions in the QR code, then we can better assist you further.
Yeah. So do contact us, okay? We are very happy to address you. And lastly, our upcoming project is launching soon. And Pasir Ris, if you love Pasir Ris, you do drop us a text because this is very important. Because we really don't want you to miss out. We really want you to feel safe in the long run, okay? We don't plan to fail.
Yeah.
We don't plan to fail.
We fail to plan.
Very good. I'm very glad we have the same frequency today.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night. Don't be shy. See
Bye.
you next video. See you next live.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye. Have a good sleep.